It's time now for the big interview of the day, and for it we go to Cheveley Park Stud, and of course their driving force is Richard Thompson, who's a great friend of our show, to talk about these wonderful horses at the midway point of a winter season. Richard, Happy New Year to you, and thanks so much indeed for joining us once again.
Pleasure, John. Yeah, Happy New Year to you too. Thanks so much indeed.
Thank you. I mean, if 2022 is anywhere near as good as 21, you'll be quite satisfied, won't you?
Well, John, look, we had a great year on the flat. We had a great year over the jumps last year. So, yeah, anything near that this year would be excellent.
People seem to have really taken to your jumpers, Richard. I know, it's a little while ago now you sort of changed direction a little bit with where you wanted to be with the type of horses you had. But do you get that sense that, I know that so many of them are top class, but do you get that sense that people really enjoy seeing those red, white and blue colours strutting their stuff?
Oh, totally. By the, I suppose we have got lucky with having some very good horses, over the fences. But the red, white, and blue, we have got famous colours. They've been around for a long time now, and I think to have them on the jump scene, I think, yeah, you're right. There's definitely an affection towards the colours, and that's obviously been accentuated by having them over the jumps.
I think, if you don't mind me saying so, Richard, I think what people connect with, certainly I did at Haydock Park in particular, when A Plus Tard won the Betfair Chase, was the clear joy it brought you. I know, Richard, you're a business, but you were there with your sons. I doubt there's been a happier winner before or since, really. You seem to really love the moment.
John, we love racing, and having been involved in racing for most of my life, because my parents bought the stud in 1975, and we've had some great days on the racecourse. And Haydock, taking my three sons up there and experiencing A Plus Tard winning the Betfair Chase was just, when you get older, you start to really appreciate those. You don't get those moments that often. So yeah, you could see I was delighted, totally delighted, and my three boys obviously loved it too.
Yeah. Well, look, there's loads of good horses to chat to you about. We'll start with A Plus Tard then, because, of course, after Haydock, which was a brilliant day, you were just touched off by Galvin at Leopardstown over Christmas. What was the sense there? Obviously, disappointing not to win, but did you take any crumb of comfort out of the narrow defeat?
Oh, totally. Look, A Plus Tard, as you know, has been, a fantastic horse for us. He won the Savills, as you know, in 2020. He was second in the Gold Cup. He beat Chacun Pour Soi over 2 miles at Leopardstown 2 years ago, and he won the Betfair Chase. This is a very good horse, and he's very consistent. And I think the run at it's disappointing to get just touched off. He just touched off obviously Ken Boy and Mellon the year before, so we got a taste of our own medicine. But he still ran a terrific race, and we couldn't be happier with him.
What are the plans between now and Christmas? Between now and Cheltenham? Well, it's Christmas for a lot of people, isn't it, Cheltenham? But what are the plans now for him, Richard?
He'll just go straight to Cheltenham now. That's the plan, as the same as last year, and that did it. That worked well. So yeah, he won't run again before Cheltenham.
Yeah, second in the Cheltenham Gold Cup last time around. A lot of people sensed at Haydock that he would be the one to beat this March. That's probably going to be the case still, isn't it?
I think it probably is still the case, but we know racing, we know jumping, we know the Gold Cup. Galvin looks a terrific prospect, having beaten A Plus Tard. Minella Indo, obviously, if he comes back to form, will be a big threat. But yeah, look, we will go with a great chance, I think, and obviously, as long as the race pans out for us so well, then he'll have a terrific chance, hopefully, of winning. But look, it's it'd be a dream to win the Gold Cup. It has been a dream. So to finish second last year, although we couldn't be there last year, of course, for Cheltenham, hopefully this year we can. Yeah,
well, given the way you celebrated at Haydock, Richard, I'm sure you'll be there whenever you can from now on, not just with him, but with all of the great horses you have.
Oh, totally. Look, John, to get these big wins, I say the Betfair Chase, you saw it yourself. We absolutely love that. And, of course, Cheltenham, as we know, is a different level again. So, yeah, we look forward to Cheltenham, obviously a lot.
Would you say he's your favourite, Richard, for whatever reason?
Yeah, definitely my personal favourite. I just love the way he's been so consistent. he was also, when he won the Savills Chase in 2020, it was the last race my father ever watched live. Oh. So, you know, that was a terrific race. I mean, to watch your last ever race and to see Aplutar win on the line. Okay, I know a year later he got beaten on the line, but yeah, for me, he's just been a horse. He's got so much class, and as I say, you saw the Betfair Chase. What a performance that day, and it was just ooze class again. And if you look at his record, he's just got a tremendous CV now.
Mm. And Richard, just some nuts and bolts with regard to him before we move on to some of the others. He's got a Ryanair entry as well, but there's no way in the world he's not going to run in the Gold Cup, is there?
No, he'll definitely run the Gold Cup.
Yeah, brilliant. OK. Could he be joined by Allaho? Is that a prospect?
I doubt. Sorry, I mean, Allaho, there was a time when we thought, you know, potentially could step up to the Gold Cup, but I think this year we'll definitely go Ryanair again with him. That's definitely the plan at the moment. Who knows about next year, but certainly Allaho will not run in the Gold Cup and will definitely take his chance in the Ryanair.
Yeah, he of course won remarkable John Durkan, didn't he, Allaho? That put him right back in the game, didn't it?
It really did. I mean, you know, again, I was lucky enough to be there that day, and he was gritty that day, wasn't he? I don't think he actually jumped his best, and I don't think he actually was on his. I mean, you know, I think we've already said Allaho first time out the last couple of seasons hasn't really been on song, but you know, he fought hard, and obviously, you know, stayed on well, and you know, we were totally proud of him. I mean, to win another Grade 1 like that.
Mm. And with the King George at Kempton, Asteria and Forlange running so well there when sadly coming down at the last fence, that certainly gave that race, the John Durkan itself, a real strong element of form, didn't it?
Totally. I mean, as you say, Asterion was looking as though he was coming up sides Allaho, and we could have been under pressure with Asterion, but obviously, you know, the form looks very good. But I think Allaho's form for the Ryanair, and Allaho, you know, over that 2.5. I mean, we could have looked at the King George, but we felt he had a hard race. And, you know, I wouldn't rule it out longer term for him and the King George, but he had a hard race in that John Durkan, and we just felt we'd put him away for a bit.
Rightio. So that's Allaho. So he's Ryanair bound?
Definitely.
Yeah, lovely. So just to go back and have a chat about Envoi Allen then, who also ran in the John Durkan, Richard, but then you dropped him back in distance with pretty devastating consequences. He was a good winner, wasn't he, last time?
He was. Look, I mean, Envoi's been the subject, as you know, of many. I mean, he's a horse that the public have got behind, and obviously having been unbeaten for a number of races, and he's won at Cheltenham twice. There's a little bit of the gloss has come off Envoi, obviously, in recent months. But yeah, look, he's won his 6th Grade 1. The John Durkan was a bit disappointing, to be frank. But he came back, and as you say, he won over Christmas. It was a 3-runner race, as you know. Chacun Pour Soi got taken out of the race in the morning. So, you know, but there we go. You know, he won his 6th Grade 1. And again, you know, he's a horse that's maybe a slight question mark over at the moment, but we can't. I mean, he's won us a Ballymore, he's won us a Champion Bumper. You know, he owes us nothing.
Mm. I think what his win last time served to do, for me at any rate, Richard, was to remind us what a pacey horse he is when he's on song. You know, I mean, is it ridiculous to think he could line up in the Champion Chase?
It's not ridiculous, and he's got an entry for the Champion Chase, and I think certainly the Ryanair or the Champion Chase, he could go for either, and we'll look at the situation nearer the time, most probably. I don't think he'll run again before Cheltenham, and I'd say at the moment I think it's 50-50, Ryanair or Champion Chase.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's that 2 mile chase, that 2 mile division is going to be interesting, isn't it? What did you make of Shishkin the other day?
Oh yeah, well, I mean, he's very impressive, isn't he? And you'd have to say that, you know, I mean, as you said, the Champion Chase is a real quality race this year. So Shishkin looks a superb prospect. So yeah, we'd have our work cut out against him. But look, we may well go for the Champion Chase. As you say, Envoi, you know, he's quick and he jumps quickly, and it could well suit him. So we wouldn't rule the Champion Chase out.
Hey, if Shishkin and Energumene knock lumps out of each other at Ascot in a week or two's time, then you know that you'll get those two softened up for the big one, won't you?
Yeah, it'll be like Man City the other day, isn't it? Watching Liverpool Chelsea 2-2. Man City enjoyed that more than anybody else.
Yeah, absolutely. Another winner over Christmas for you was Ferny Hollow. Again, an impressive horse, Richard. You must be delighted with his progress.
You're really delighted. I mean, he's a horse, as you know, that won the champion bumper, came out over hurdles, beat Bob Ollinger, and then had an issue. So he was off the track for quite a while. But he came back, beginner's chase, and then Punchestown, then came back again 3 weeks after and won the Racing Post Novices Chase at Leopardstown over Christmas. And yeah, I mean, look, he ran twice in the space of 3 weeks in December, and we've got great hopes for Ferny. And it's great to see him back, on the track. He's won us 2 Grade 1s, and at the moment, as you know, he's favourite for the Arkle, and that's the race obviously we're aiming for.
Yeah. What a fabulous prospect he is as well. We could go on, Richard, but we've only got a couple of minutes left. So just
Sure.
briefly, Sir Gerhard, how's he at the moment?
Well, again, I mean, terrific. I mean, he won these races, at Leopardstown the same day as Ferny won, and he looks a proper prospect. Again, I mean, it looks like the Supreme Novices Hurdle for him, probably, but he's up against, as we know, John Bond, Constitution Hill, etc. So, but we've got a lot of faith in Sir Gerhard, and yeah, he's one of our top prospects.
Lovely. And I know Quixilios was beaten the other day, but he was beaten by a good horse, wasn't he?
He was beaten by a good horse, and I think he was, the horse, as you know, he got beaten by the horse that he just passed. So, but we were pleased with that performance, and Quilixios could well take his chance in the champion hurdle. I mean, we may well run him in. We'll probably run him in February to see how he goes in another Grade 2, but. We might have a crack at the champion hurdle with him. I mean, he won the Triumph hurdle, as you know, last year, and he's won us 2 Grade 1s. And long term, he's going to be a chaser. But yeah, we're hopeful he could. If he ran in the champion, he could certainly, run respectively.
Yeah. Richard, it's been a delight to catch up with all of your horses. I mean, they all sound in great nick. I know there's been 1 or 2 little bumps along the way, but what would your half-term assessment be, really, of this jump season, generally speaking?
Oh, look, I think we had a cracking start, John. We've won the Betfair Chase, we've won the Racing Post Novices Chase, and great to see Ferny come back. Upwoods was unlucky in the well, not unlucky, but second on the line in the Savills, and Ferny Hollow coming back. Envoi winning a Grade 1. Ferny Hollow obviously coming back is great news. But yeah, look, so Gerhard looking the part, and we've got some other ones as well coming through. So yeah, I think half-term assessment, I'd say definitely an A. Definitely an A.
Brilliant. Well, looking forward to putting the gloss on that. An A-star just around the corner, maybe, Richard.
We always love an A-star, John. Absolutely.
Well, speaking as a consistent D pupil, I'm very, very jealous of what you've got there at Cheveley Park. Thanks, Richard, for joining us today.
Pleasure, John. Thank you for your time.